been confirmed in KwaZulu-Natal. Residents there have raised concerns about the capability of the 4 identified hospitals in the province to cope with the novel coronavirus. The Premier, Sihle Zikalala, says the province is ready to deal with the outbreak. He's identified a number of hospitals there. One of them is Gray's Hospital, Addington, Ngwelezane and Manguzi. Let me bring in now Mlondi. He's been covering this story for us. Mlondi, what are you learning this morning there? What's the mood in KwaZulu-Natal this morning?
Thank you very much, Blaine. We at Addington Hospital here in Durban. The hospital is amongst the 4 that were basically chosen by the KwaZulu-Natal Premier to deal with a coronavirus. But next to me are unions who are also concerned about these hospitals that were chosen by the Premier, saying that some of these hospitals are short-staffed, some of these hospitals are not ready to deal with this virus. And next to me is Mlungisi Ndlovu from PSA, who will briefly tell us about the issues. Mlungisi, briefly about the issues that PSA have in relation to this hospital.
Okay, greeting to the viewers. One of the concerns that we have as PSA is that the institutions that have been identified, it has many issues. One of the issues is the shortage of staff. So when you have these kinds of various with certain staff dedicated there, it's become a challenge. The position should be able to be filled. So the second issue is around personal protective equipment, because you need to have equipment to be able to deal with these issues. Issues of awareness. We believe that the department has not done justice when it's come to awareness. As much as we appreciate that, we know the mood of transmissions in terms of this particular disease, but we are saying we are not yet there. We do appreciate the work that has been done by the Minister of Health, Dr. Zweli and MEC Magugu Simelan, but we are saying our members are calling us every day. You will appreciate that as PSA, we're one of the majority union in the Department of Health. We're receiving thousands and thousands of concerns because people have not been trained. People are scared, are even scared of going to work because you're not sure what's going to happen. So as a result, we are saying the department should also bring along social partners in terms of fighting with this disease as a unity force, because we are very concerned. Staff are very scared of this virus. If you look at the statistics from the World organizations, it says 97,000 people that have been affected, more than 3,000 that people has died. It states the nature and the seriousness of these issues. As PSA, we are saying the department must do more. We believe this institution that have been identified, they are not ready because of equipment and other personnel. You need to have personnel to deal with these issues of awareness, issues of training, emphasis. It's very, very important. If the equipment are not there, how are you going to treat and prevent this communicable disease? The department must be able to up the game in terms of what they have done so far.
Okay, we understand that the staff, basically the nurses and doctors are worried about this. Are we seeing them participating in any strike?
So one, you should understand that this is an essential service, but there are dispute resolution that will be followed if the department does not bring everyone along. What we're saying, the department must not centralize the information in provision. It should cascaded to this hospital, because the health personnel that are treating these infections, they need to be upstandard. They must be giving equipment. Otherwise, we'll follow the law in terms of what needs to happen if the department failed to do this.
We do see that some are wearing masks entering this hospital. Will you say that that's enough for basically the staff to do that?
It's not enough, because if there is a shortage of masks as we speak, there's not enough level of stock in terms of masks and other sanitation equipment. The equipment, even if you can go inside the hospital, some of the ward, they do not have proper satinations that need to be dealt with. What we're saying, it's not enough. You need to have more, because you're not sure how many cases. One of the cases that have been identified, KwaZulu-Natal, that person might have infected the other people. We need a detailed investigation. People are scared as we speak. As PSA, we defend the interest and right of our members. We're going to go to meet with our shop steward and able to advise them on the way forward. And we're going to engage the Department of Health, HOD, to raise our concern, because our staff are prepared to work. We have dealt with so many infection control, but the information is not forthcoming at the institutional level.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks.
Let us bring Nihao also, who's also the trade union in the health profession. Baba, thank you very much, Babu Zungu, for your time. Can you briefly tell us the position of Nihao in relation to all this?
Thank you, and good morning to the viewers. As Nihao, we are noting that there are only 4 hospitals that have been identified, of which we think that those hospitals are not enough to deal with the disease. When you go to Johannesburg as our economic hub from KZN, if you could feel that there is something wrong, maybe you are having flu and you wanted to go to the hospital because you suspect of this infection, then when you go, there is no identified hospital on the side or of the road. The clinics, generally, the clinics had not been capacitated to deal with the spread of of this disease. The department itself, looking at the number, looking at the people, there are no pamphlets that had been sent to the community as part of the awareness to the community, so that community must be aware in terms of their signs and symptoms, how to avoid, how to react if somebody they are suspecting something. So those are the challenges that we are facing. But we are raising this as a union. We will have engagement with the employer, the Department of Health. As speaking to you on Monday, we will be having the chamber meeting where we will raise our concern, because this is the disease that we must work jointly with the department while raising concern, but also be prepared even to work with them as a team. We will raise that.
Babu Zungu, the other issue is about cleaning the wards or preparing the wards that will be used. Are you guys satisfied with the way this has been handled?
Normally, there was a routine in hospital previously that used to be done. In fact, let's start by saying, having seen on the television in other countries where they were spraying the walls, trying as part of cleaning, but when it comes to South Africa, you have not seen such a preparation in terms of the cleaning of the walls. So there was a routine practice by the hospitals that mostly during the Sundays they will clean everything that includes trolleys, wheelchairs, walls, but that spring cleaning is no longer done. But considering the short staff, those are one of the challenges that are impacting negatively on such services. But it's going to affect us as a country, considering that we had deviated from that practice.
What can the department do better to try and make sure that everyone is not infected or everyone is not affected by this?
Currently, in fact, we can't say nobody will be affected, but the effect will be how do we react when the person has been infected? How do we respond? Because if we say there is a person that had been discovered, what is it that we are doing, even on the community, the people close to him, when it comes to where the kids around the community. So it may be difficult to prevent to say there will be no spread. However, we must be able to respond with immediate effect when there is a case that had been identified.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you.
Blaine, they are basically the unions in KwaZulu-Natal are concerned about the number of hospitals that were identified. How is also saying that they just need to add more, because when you're looking at the hospital, that the last hospital when you're leaving Durban will be Pietermaritzburg Grace Hospital when you're going to Johannesburg. They think that if a clinic or a hospital in Escort will also add or assist in making sure that people who are visiting the province, people who are leaving the province, if they feel not well, they'll be able to go to that hospital and then see if they are also infected or affected by the virus. Back to you in studio.
Yeah, Mlondi, just for full clarity and full transparency for our viewers watching at home, I remember getting a number of calls last night where there was this video going around where somebody was broadcasting with Addington in the background, and people were confused in terms of saying, where is the first case of COVID-19? Where is this person? Is he in Addington? Where is he? But we don't know where the person is. The fact that you are broadcasting in front of Addington is for the mere fact that Addington has been identified as one of 4 hospitals in KwaZulu-Natal ready to take on or handle cases of COVID-19, correct? Talk to us about the other hospitals as well.
Firstly, Blaine, if I can just clarify on the issue of the first person that was basically identified. At this point in time, is not the Department of Health has not confirmed whether is in this hospital or is in Maritzburg, but the issue is that he's from Hilton. Hilton is in Maritzburg, so it might be the person is at home or the person is at Grace Hospital, because Grace Hospital will be the nearest hospital from Hilton. But we understand that also the other hospitals around the province are ready to basically to face this virus.
Yeah, that's correct. Mlondi, thank you very much indeed for your reporting. Yesterday, we did hear that the Minister of Health was talking to us about at least 10 hospitals around the country that have been identified and are ready to handle the COVID-19 cases, the novel coronavirus. And this number of hospitals will, of course, increase as and when we get more cases, confirmed cases of COVID-19. Mlondi Khadebe, live for us in KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Sir, you're going to be very busy indeed over the next couple of days. We're going to touch base with all our reporters in KwaZulu-Natal, not only in KwaZulu-Natal, but around the country, to get the mood of South Africans as well and give you as much information as possible in order for you to, I guess, lessen the anxiousness and the nervousness about COVID-19, coronavirus, novel coronavirus. Quick break, more news next.